Google wanting help after they lose a job, you have a way to help them. And it's
Yeah.
harder to reach them than ever before. And that is exactly the situation that we found ourselves in and so many others. And so it's been really interesting because it's forced me, Sarah, to go back to the basics. It was almost like, and I think you might relate when you're first starting out, you have that fire and those resources, but you also have some of that anxiety. Things are changing. And so you're trying to navigate this
Yeah.
landscape. And I haven't been in that position for a long time. And it sounds like you haven't either. You know, I
Mm.
mean, there's always challenges with work, but this is such a big change. And so I have been reflecting a lot on this as well and doing a lot of tapping. And one of the things that I have to come back to again and again, and we can tap together, is this idea that worry doesn't work. And it's
Yeah.
so tricky because we can't help ourselves. And especially when it comes to things that are our finances, there is such a level of wiring in our body for survival that when something threats is a threat to that or things change, it triggers us more than other things in our life. Does that make sense? Like
Totally.
we're biologically meant. So I think knowing that we're biologically meant to wake up and be like, "Ooh, this is really uncomfortable," is helpful because it helps us be more compassionate to our response. But what we have to do is have the practice of reminding ourselves again and again, okay, worry doesn't work. So how can I get to more peace? How can I get more resourceful? And I will admit this YouTube show came from that. I was like, okay, Meta's not showing our content. Let me try to connect with on YouTube with people. Let me see if I can try something different. And I know you're doing the same. You're
Yeah.
figuring out different ways. But in the
Mm.
meantime, how do we stay open to abundance when also having to be in the weeds of the
Yeah.
everyday business and making these shifts? And this is really where tapping comes into play because the moment we feel triggered, we're able to really work on that worry and expand our resourcefulness, our creativity, get in that energy of like the fighter, but the excited fighter. There's like the fighter who's struggling and like the fighter who feels courageous, the hero of the story. So that is what we're trying to move to with tapping and where we want to go every time we feel worried and sometimes fighting reality because some of it is like, well, this feels unfair, right? And that fighting the way things are can really
Yeah.
keep us stuck.
Yes.
So, does that resonate with you? Are we having a similar
Absolutely.
experience?
Absolutely. Initially, when it first happened a year ago, when people did a Google search, about 10% of people just stayed on the page. They didn't go and visit a website. It's taken Google a long time to admit that this is now happening. But the facts and the statistics are now 90% of people just stay on the Google page. They don't even visit a site. Totally resonate. It feels unfair. Sometimes it feels like I don't really want to put in that enormous effort
Yeah.
to change. So I've got to manage my own energy and think, but this can be easy. I don't have
Yes.
to make it difficult. I can find a way. And just like you started the show today with an authentic story, I'm finding that I'm having to be much more authentic. And when I reach out to people on LinkedIn, when I talk to people in the emails, maybe offering a little bit more, calling them and having the attitude, well, if they come on board, they come on board. But if I'm not right for them, that's fine. I've done what I can do in that moment.
I love it. So you're there, you're doing it, but we all need the extra support,
Yeah, but like
right? And that,
universal support to say,
yeah.
love it, we recognize it, we're going to send you some clients to help.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So when you think about the low moments, the moments when you're like, oh, this, I am tired and I can't believe I'm here again. What's the strongest feeling?
Well, let's deal with something that happened on Monday.
Yes,
A
great.
corporate client promised that they'd pay on the 20th of October. The money, she said, would be in the bank. It wasn't.
Mm,
So writing to them saying, we haven't received the payment. Is there an issue? Can you just explain when it will be coming? Then they said, oh, no, we want you to jump through all these hoops, but we've already started working with the client. And the things they're asking us to do, for example, like get a copy of your bank statement and get the bank to sign it. Well, I've never, in all the time I've been in business, ever had to be asked to do that. And it just looks like a slowing down tactic. I feel like a
Mm,
hostage, you know, and you sort of hold up a piece of paper with your photograph and it brings up anger.
mm,
I'm professional. I've been in the business a long time. The staff and I know what we're doing. Please just honor your agreement and pay. So
yes.
anger is what has come up this week. So let's tap on that.
Yes. Where do you feel the anger anywhere in particular in your body?
But it comes up into my head and then goes into my gut. So I feel like
Mm,
out of balance. And I'll be
yes.
honest, I don't always think logically when I'm filled with anger.
None of us do.
No,
I
but I
don't
will
either.
go, but I will go to someone in the team to say, I need you to be my strength now because I'm feeling
Yes.
so angry. I could write an email that's rude, but I have to
Yes.
stay professional and remind them that we're actually helping someone who you have exited the company
Hmm.
and we're honoring our
Yes.
agreement. So please, could you pay the bill? They haven't paid yet, but I'm really hoping they will soon.
Yes. What is, give that anger a number from 0 to 10, 10 being
Well,
the strongest.
on
A tw
Monday, it was
yeah.
10. It was 10.
Hmm.
Why is
Yeah.
this happening in addition? Because I don't
In
need
addition, because it's everything else piling up.
everything. I
It's this
don't need
experience
to,
on top of everything else you just
yeah,
told
we're
us
working
about.
with clients. I don't haven't factored in. I need to spend time in the week, what other people do, chasing this payment of this invoice.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Okay, we're going to start with where we are and we're going to go from there. And that's what I always recommend to everybody. If you're, Sarah, you shared a bigger landscape of how things are changing, but then there's something that's taking more of your attention, which is this anger. When you
Yeah.
use tapping, you're doing it perfectly. You want to start with the thing that's creating more, taking more of your energy and your attention, and then we can look at other things. So, starting with that anger, let's just tap on the side of the hand and repeat after me.
Okay.
For for those who are watching, tap along as well. Think about something that you might be angry about, something you might be frustrated. You might not be having this exact experience, but I think we've all had those moments of frustration, especially for many of us recently. So just connect with that and repeat after me. Even though I have all of this anger,
Even though I have all of this anger,
it lives in my head and in my gut.
it lives in my head and in my gut.
I acknowledge how I feel.
I acknowledge how I feel.
I accept how I feel.
I accept how I feel.
And I give my body permission to relax.
And I give my body permission to relax.
Tapping on the eyebrow point, we're going to give a voice to how we're feeling. So we're bringing it up to let it out. All of this anger,
All of this anger,
side of the eye, this is the last thing I need.
this is the last thing I need.
There's been so much pressure,
There's been so much pressure,
so much change,
so much change.
and now this happens.
And now this happens.
And I've reached my boiling point.
And I've reached my boiling point.
It's a lot for one person.
It's a lot for one person.
All of this anger,
All of this anger,
back to the eyebrow, because it feels unfair.
because it feels unfair.
I have so much to deal with,
I have so much to deal with.
and this is out of line.
And this is out of line.
I acknowledge my anger.
I acknowledge my anger.
I accept my anger.
I accept my anger.
Collarbone, it's trying to tell me something.
It's trying to tell me something.
I recognize my anger's good intentions.
I recognize my anger's good intentions.
It's important for me to speak up.
It's important for me to speak up.
I can listen to this anger.
I can listen to this anger.
I can hear its message,
I can hear its message.
and I can begin to let it go.
And I can begin to let it go.
I don't need to hold on.
I don't need to hold on.
Thank you, anger.
Thank you, anger.
It's safe for you to go
It's safe for you to go
because I got it from here.
because I got it from here.
It is safe to relax
It is safe to relax
and address this problem head on.
and address this problem head on.
I am creative.
I am creative.
I am resourceful.
I am resourceful.
I am finding my way.
I am finding my way.
I can be stern
I can be stern
and without this anger.
without this anger.
I am finding my way.
I am finding my way.
And I'm open to this being easy.
And I'm open to this being easy.
Maybe this can be easier than I thought.
Maybe this can be easier than I thought.
I take it one step at a time.
I take it one step at a time.
It's now safe to relax
It's now safe to relax
because this is a passing storm.
because this is a passing storm.
I got this.
I got this.
I am finding my way through,
I am finding my way through.
releasing this excess tension,
Releasing this excess tension.
feeling calm and ready.
Feeling calm and ready.
All right, take a nice deep breath in and exhale. How was that experience for you, Sarah?
Very, very lovely.
Check in with the head and the gut and just think about these interactions you've had to have, this emails that you have to write. Has that anger shifted at all?
Yes.
What number would you give it now?
A 4.
Wow. A 4. I love a 4.
So
And
do
this
I.
is, yes.
So do I.
And
I
I
did
don't
hear
think, yeah,
myself when you started, a little
yeah.
voice came from inside of me, which said, did I do okay? And that was very interesting, just before you started the tap.
And
Because
what do
there's
you,
so
yeah.
much pressure that when you have to be stern and authoritative and strong with these big corporate companies, like you said, Meta and all these companies, there's a feeling inside of me, did I do okay?
Mhm.
I know deep down I probably did, but I'm still questioning myself.
Mhm. Did you find in your past it hard to speak up and set boundaries? Have you have any patterns of people pleasing?
No, what has
Oh,
happened
good
to
for
me is when
you.
I lost, I'm quite a strong person, but if I lost
Yes.
my temper, people would
Mm,
often be very shocked because it came out raw. And therefore I
yes.
felt that they would say, God, you were rude. But I always had the view, but I had to say it. So how it came out, maybe you had to hear it like that. But
Yes.
I never feel great in myself if I'm very angry.
Well, because as you said, when we're very angry, we often don't think clearly and
No.
we send that email that later we think, I probably could have navigated that
Yeah.
better. And that's the difference between a 10 and a 4. I don't want you to be at a 0. I think anger is, it helps you. It
Yeah.
helps you go, you know what they did is wrong. But
Mm.
this is the difference between a 4 and a 10. A 10, you're reacting,
Mm.
you're saying things to maybe get a reaction or to prove your point, but not to get what you want.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
a 4, you can strategize. You
Yes.
can go, I don't like them. I still don't
No.
like the situation, but I'm going
No.
to navigate this. I'm going to figure out how to be on the same team, how to get what I want. And that's
Yeah.
very different than being so angry that you want to prove someone wrong or you want them to know how out of line they were. With
Yeah.
4, you can create solutions. You can navigate this.
Mm. And even when I wrote to them, just to clarify, they said, well, we're going to write to the client to tell them that you may stop the program. I was just so mortified that they were going to do that. I had to write to the client. They should never have written to the client.
Mm-hmm.
It's between me and them paying the invoice. And I felt like a school kid. And it
Yes.
was like, do not treat me like that.
And Sarah, you should think that. Do not treat me like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that is a healthy response. So let's keep that. Like, do not treat me like that. And I'm going to work on this anger so that I am in control and I can. So let me ask you though, from being at a 10 before to how you're feeling now, do you feel like you can navigate it better?
Yeah, it feels like I might feel it in my gut still in the four, but I
Mhm.
feel I can think more clearly and
Yes.
talk to other people about it, get them to check and perhaps say, what do you think? Is that coming over as my best self?
Yes. When we get down to a four, we can begin to also bring in what we want to, how we want to empower ourselves. So when you're tapping and if you're really at a 10 and I give you, a positive tapping card or just a positive tapping meditation, sometimes it helps, but a lot of times you're like, this just feels so phony to me because I'm so angry.
Mm,
But when we're below a five and we're feeling better, we can start tapping in how we want to feel because we've weeded enough that we can plant the seed. We
yes.
can say something positive and it has a place to land instead of us reject it. So moving forward, let's kind of plant those seeds. What do you want to, we're holding on to a little bit of an anger. It's a little for what they did was wrong, but what do you want to feel instead moving forward?
I don't want to feel that I want to feel empowered and that people don't,
Mhm.
because they've made a mistake, they don't project that onto me and try and make me feel little. No, you've made a mistake. Just be grown up about this. But
Yes.
I want to feel empowered. I lost some of
Yes.
my power, and that also made me feel angry.
Yes. And you said before that part of you felt or questioned, did I do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that right? Did
Yes.
I do
Did
this
I
right?
do
And so,
okay?
right. So what we're going for is empowered and like some certainty in
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Perfect. So we're not going to tap on the side of the hand. We're just going to start on the eyebrow point because we've already been doing some tapping. So tap on the side of, or on the eyebrow point and repeat after me. I've taken action.
I've taken action,
Side of the eye. And I choose to believe
and I choose to believe
under the eye that I'm finding my way.
that I'm finding my way.
Under the nose, I've done this for a long time.
I've done this for a long time.
Under the mouth, I know what I'm talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
Collarbone, I'm confident in what I know.
I'm confident in what I know.
I stand tall.
I stand tall.
Top of the head, I feel certain.
I feel certain.
I am doing the right thing.
I am doing the right thing.
I am standing my ground.
I am standing my ground.
I am speaking up.
I am speaking up.
And I can be stern
And I can be stern
and graceful.
and graceful.
I can get what I want.
I can get what I want.
Feeling more confident in myself.
Feeling more confident in myself.
This has been a long journey.
This has been a long journey.
I recognize how far I've come.
I recognize how far I've come.
I recognize how much I know.
I recognize how much I know.
Feeling steady and grounded.
Feeling steady and grounded.
I know who I am.
I know who I am.
I know what's right.
I know what's right.
And I am finding my way.
And I am finding my way.
Steady and strong.
Steady and strong.
Clear and focused.
Clear and focused.
All right, take a deep breath in. And exhale. How did that feel?
That felt lovely, a sense of relief.
Wonderful. When you think about the anger, I'm curious, we were happy with the four, but I'm just curious, did it
No,
move?
it
Did it
feels
stay
like
the
it's
same?
gone. It feels like it's gone.
I love that. Right? You know why? Because you listen to the anger. The anger was telling you, hey, Sarah, you need to be strong and steady.
Mhm.
You need to speak up. You need to find your way. That was what the anger was telling you. And when you really listen to the message, which you did, you don't need to hold on to it anymore.
No. I'm
Incredible.
smiling.
I love that. Sarah, I'm sure this has helped so many people. It's helped me. I feel so much better. Have you seen my tapping cards?
Yes, I have.
I would love to pick a card for you.
Go
I
on.
did this randomly last time and
I'm
they were
excited. Let's see what comes
perfect.
up.
So let's just see what comes up. And we're gonna trust. Okay, let's see. Uh, I love-
Oh,
is this what you need or what?
yeah,
Today I choose joy. Talk about changing your vibration from
that is
anger to
wonderful.
joy. Let's tap together. Everyone who's watching, tap along with us. So on the side of the hand, no matter what happens today,
No matter what happens today,
I choose joy.
I choose joy.
Eyebrow, I open my heart to joy.
I open my heart to joy.
Side of the eye, I seek out moments of happiness
I seek out moments of happiness
and find joy in the simple things.
and find joy in the simple things.
I choose to focus on the positive
I choose to focus on the positive
and allow gratitude to fill me up.
and allow gratitude to fill me up.
My face brightens with joy.
My face brightens with joy.
I radiate with positive energy.
I radiate with positive energy.
Today, I choose joy.
Today, I choose joy.
All right, take a
Wow.
nice deep breath in. Wonderful. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for tapping with me. I do have a few recommendations. Do you have the Tapping Solution app?
I do have it.
So, what I recommend is we have these micro boosts of empowerment tapping meditation. So, if you just search micro boost, if you're feeling good and you need a little boost like we just did. And then we also have a releasing anger tapping meditation. It's normal for anger to come back in moments. You'll probably find that it doesn't come back as strong.
No,
We have a wonderful releasing anger tapping meditation that allows you to just honor how you're feeling and to let it go. And then a non tapping recommendation, but just on the topic of abundance, I have this abundant walk. I don't know if you like to go for walks,
I love walking.
but I love walking too. And so I created these walking meditations. So it's a abundant, yeah, it's called the abundance walk. So just press play, put it in your headphones, and then just go for a walk. And you're basically like teaching your subconscious mind as you're walking, you're getting into that energy of abundance and creativity and possibilities. So I think you'll really enjoy that.
Where will I find that, Jessica? Is it on the app?
It's in the app. Yep. So
Okay.
just if you go to search and go to Abundance Walk, you will find it. Also, for those who don't have the app, I have it, we put it on YouTube. It's called the Abundance Walk, but it'll be easier for you to find it. Just search it in the
That's
app.
wonderful.
And I would love to send you this card deck
Oh,
if you don't
wow.
have it or if you want another one.
I would love it. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Well, thank you, Sarah, so much. You are so inspiring, and I really appreciate you. Thank you for being on
Thank
with
you
us.
so much for giving me your time. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
Sarah. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, amazing. If you were touched by Sarah, comment below. I know, again, you might not have a similar circumstance, but I think we've all had those moments of feeling anger and having to let it go. So let me know how this impacted you. If you have a question as well and you'd like to tap with me in the future, we're going to put the link in the description below on the YouTube channel on how to submit your question. So with that, let's jump into the next caller. Hello, can you hear
Mhm.
me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, who am I speaking
Hi,
with?
it's Elena.
Hi, Alina, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm a
Were
bit
you
nervous
tapping along
actually.
with us?
Yes, of course, always.
Oh, perfect. Don't be nervous. It's just us. Nobody can see you. This is a
I,
safe
it's just
place.
kind of surreal. I've been tapping along with you on the app, and now I'm just speaking with you live on the other side of the world. It's surreal. It's weird.
Where are you coming? Where are you calling in from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for making the time. How can
Yeah,
I
of course.
support you today?
So I guess my question revolves around the fine line between bore out and burnout. So
Mm-hmm.
I find it really hard to find a balance between being useful and just, I guess, being. Maybe that revolves around being enough. So I have this strong feeling that I must always use my talents, make the utmost best of the day. Um, and that makes me often feel restless. So, like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't allow myself to relax because then I feel guilty. And it makes
Mm-hmm.
me feel tense and sometimes overstimulated. Yeah, so
Yes.
and then the other side of the thing, on the other hand, it also being useful and helping others and things like that also sometimes really nourishes my soul. So
Of course. Of course.
uh, that's
When
that's the
has
thing.
there been a moment recently when you went, this is a problem? And how did that
It
show up?
it actually is just something that I find myself thinking about on a weekly basis, I guess. And that also
Mm-hmm.
has to do with so like 1.5 years ago, I was um, diagnosed with long COVID, and
Mm-hmm.
then I was home a lot because I couldn't work. And I did go to therapy and stuff, and that's when I also discovered tapping and kind of the mind-body approach. But it was also, they told me it's very important, because my nervous system it was mainly my nervous system actually that was just completely out of balance. So I knew I had to get some deep rest, but
Mm-hmm.
how do I do that when when I just love
Yes.
being useful and I feel like I need to work? Maybe that's also a generational thing. My parents, they will never really sat still. It's
Mm-hmm.
also seen as a very high value to be useful and to work a lot. And yeah.
How would you know you were on the other side of this? What would it look like? Like if this wasn't a problem, what would be your ideal scenario?
Um, I think the moments that I would have, let's say, free time, I would feel relaxed and
Mm-hmm.
not the monkey mind.
And and that's when you find this coming up. So you'll have paint a picture. So you're
Mhm.
you're you have moments or you have a weekend, you have a Sunday, and then there's a part of your mind that's saying, "Oh, you should be more productive." Like just give me a little more of the how this plays out.
Yeah, so it's also a little bit more in the weekends. I find myself a little bit easier to relax and allowed to do nothing. Um,
Hmm.
but only for a short period of time. Maybe on Sunday, I'm already thinking, let's get useful again, do something active, and then I start thinking about chores around the house, or maybe work. What kind of to-dos do I have on work? Maybe I can start doing some work ahead of time.
Yes. Yes. And so your ideal situation would be, and you feel like that is impacting you because of the anxiety, because you feel a level of anxiety, and that's what's driving you forward. I just want to make sure because someone
Yeah.
might be hearing this and being like, "Oh yeah, that's great." You relax a little bit and then a part of your mind is like, "All right, let's get to it." So
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
trying to get to the pain point, which is
Yeah.
you get to the point where you're self-critical.
Hmm.
Is that what it
Yeah.
sounds like? It's not like,
Yes.
okay, let's get stuff done. It's kind of like a mean voice.
Yeah, I feel guilty all the time.
Guilty. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's explore that a little bit. So guilty around relaxing. You're the only one on the planet that resonates with this one.
I know. I'm so unique.
Okay. So the guilt, so we're getting there. We're getting to the feeling. Like where does it
Yeah.
get tricky? And the emotion is guilt. And we
Hmm.
want to be able to relax without having this mind that doesn't even let us fully relax when we're trying to, because there's this guiltiness. What does that guilt say to you? Is there something you hear specifically, or is it just a feeling?
It's a feeling.
Hmm. Like you mentioned restless before. Is it like a restless
Mm-hmm.
feeling? Hmm.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I want you to just imagine relaxing. Imagine I say to you, hey, tonight you can't do anything except just lay low, relax, don't be productive. Is there, can you tap into that guilt? What comes up with this idea? Like if I say to you, this is what you must do today, you must relax tonight.
Um, it could either go two ways. So, or it could give me anxiety and think, but I can't relax because I have to be useful or because I'm busy. Sometimes it's also that there are too many
Mhm.
chores and I'm like, no, that will make me
Yes.
more, even more stressed. Um,
Hmm.
but for example, when I don't have a choice, for example, when I go to a spa and you have to give your phone, you cannot look at any screens, you're like cut off from the world. I relax on such a completely 180-degree different level, and I love it.
Right. Yes. Well, and what you need to notice is in that situation, your brain is going, oh, well, I'm allowed to do this. This
Yes,
is what,
exactly.
in order for me to
Exactly.
be a good little girl or a good little boy, in order for me to be like the people pleaser, do things right, if I'm at a spot and
Yeah.
I'm relaxing, I'm checking the box, I am doing it right.
Yes, that's
And then
correct.
there's another part when you want to relax and your mind goes, oh no, this is wrong.
Yes,
Is that right? Okay,
correct. Yes, very
perfect.
right.
Perfect. Okay, so we got there. So when you think about that, I'm trying to think about what we measure, and sometimes it's hard to measure something, which is fine. But if you think about the guilt right now, can you give it a number? It's okay if you don't feel it, since we're not forcing you to relax. But if you could tap into that feeling, what number would you give it?
Well, I would give it an 8, but I've been very stressed this week, so I don't know if maybe that's crossing paths with it, but whatever. We're
Yes,
just going with it. I'm feeling an 8.
you're feeling an 8. And the feeling is I'm not allowed. It's wrong for me to relax.
Yes. And
Right.
something will go wrong as well
And
if
something
I
will go
relax.
wrong. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So tapping on the side of the hand, and for those who are watching, tap along with us as well. Repeat after me. Even though I learned in my past
Even though I learned in my past
that I always have to be productive
that I always have to be productive
and that resting is wrong,
and that resting is wrong,
I acknowledge this pattern
I acknowledge this pattern
and I'm open to questioning this belief.
and I'm open to questioning this belief.
Okay, tapping on the eyebrow point, we're just going to give a voice to this belief. We're bringing it up to get it out. It's wrong to relax
It's wrong to relax
when there's so much else to do.
when there's so much else to do.
My mind starts racing
My mind starts racing
with all the other things I should be doing.
with all the other things I should be doing.
I feel guilty relaxing.
I feel guilty relaxing.
What if something goes wrong?
What if something goes wrong?
What if I get in trouble?
What if I get in trouble?
Somewhere in my past,
Somewhere in my past,
I learned it's not safe to relax.
I learned it's not safe to relax.
It's not okay to move slow.
It's not okay to move slow.
It's wrong to take my time
It's wrong to take my time
because I have to prove myself.
because I have to prove myself.
I have to prove my worth.
I have to prove my worth.
This story I've been telling myself.
This story I've been telling myself,
And part of me holds on to it
and part of me holds on to it
because it feels good to be productive.
because it feels good to be productive.
But I'm also tired
But I'm also tired
and I want to take a break.
and I want to take a break.
Maybe I can be productive
Maybe I can be productive
and find moments to rest.
and find moments to rest.
I have nothing to prove,
I have nothing to prove,
just something to remember.
just something to remember.
I am enough.
I am enough.
When I'm productive, I am enough.
When I'm productive, I am enough.
When I'm not productive, I am enough.
When I'm not productive, I am enough.
Part of me doesn't believe that,
Part of me doesn't believe that,
and that's okay.
and that's okay.
I'm rewiring this programming.
I'm rewiring this programming.
And when I notice that voice
And when I notice that voice
saying I must be productive,
saying I must be productive,
I know it's an old part of me,
I know it's an old part of me,
a scared child
a scared child
who wants to feel like I'm enough.
who wants to feel like I'm enough.
And my only job
And my only job
is to remind myself again and again,
is to remind myself again and again,
I am enough,
I am enough,
regardless of what I do.
regardless of what I do.
I am enough,
I am enough,
even when I don't fully believe it.
even when I don't fully believe it.
I am enough.
I am enough.
All right, take a nice deep breath in and exhale. How did that feel?
Good. Yeah.
Think about that. Think about yourself relaxing. Before it was an 8 of guilt. Did that shift at all?
Yeah, it's lower now. I would say it's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. And what do you, when we were tapping, was there something that rang true? Was there something that felt uncomfortable? How was that experience?
Lots of things that rang true.
Yeah.
I've also done the I am enough challenge because that's something that really resonates because that's lying underneath it. And what
Hmm.
was also coming up was that I think so a long time ago I started working in education as a teacher, and that actually was a career switch. And it was so intense that I literally didn't have any time left. I was working day and night. I was investing so much time not to fail, to prove myself. I think it's kind of a trauma. So now I always feel like I never ever want to be that busy again. So
Yeah.
when I see chores lining up, I'm like, okay, let's get as much as possible done now. So I'll never get back to that point ever again.
Yes. Yes. And it's a balance, right? Because you don't want to get to that point ever again.
Mm.
So there's a part of you that's like, okay, I'm not going to keep running that pattern. So what do you think is the ideal? What would be the ideal scenario? Would it be being able to do some of those things and then taking a break, needing to do some of those things, but not every day? What I want to get clear is like, what does a win feel like for you? Because if we can't see what we're going for, then we
Mm-hmm,
can't
mm-hmm.
recognize when we
Yeah,
start to get
sure.
there.
Sure. Well, I've always had that as a child as well. When I had homework, I always did everything. And then I felt great and I felt relieved. It's done. Now I can relax. I still have that feeling, but as a grown up, it doesn't work that way because you're never done.
You're never,
So,
we are never done. Amen. Yes.
yeah. So, ideally, I should learn to live with just some things to do on the list, and that's okay. I still would love to have the feeling
Yes.
like I am free. I'm free.
Yes. Okay, let's keep tapping. So on the side of the hand, even though everything's not done,
Even though everything's not done,
I'm allowed to relax.
I'm allowed to relax.
Even though this list is endless,
Even though this list is endless,
I'm allowed to step away from it.
I'm allowed to step away from it.
Even though adulting is hard,
Even though adulting is hard,
I accept how I feel
I accept how I feel
and I choose to find more ease.
and I choose to find more ease.
Eyebrow, this strategy isn't working
This strategy isn't working
because the list only gets longer.
because the list only gets longer.
And I spend so much time looking at that list.
And I spend so much time looking at that list
And I become scared
and I become scared
that I'll find myself in that old place.
that I find myself in that old place.
But I am wiser now.
I'm wiser now.
I've grown so much.
I've grown so much.
I've learned so much along the way.
I've learned so much along the way.
And I'm here to let my body know
And I'm here to let my body know
that it can relax.
that it can relax.
Even with this list,
Even with this list,
I can step away.
I can step away.
I am not this list.
I am not this list.
Collarbone, I am not this list.
I am not this list.
I am not defined by this list.
I am not defined by this list.
I choose to create a new relationship
I choose to create a new relationship
with this list.
with this list.
I am in control.
I am in control.
I choose when to focus on the list,
I choose when to focus on the list,
and I choose when to take a break.
and I choose when to take a break.
It is safe to take a break.
It is safe to take a break.
Even though my mind can think of things to do,
Even though my mind can think of things to do,
I'm here to tell my body it is safe.
I'm here to tell my body it is safe.
Safe to take a break.
Safe to take a break.
I am not this list.
I am not this list.
I am free to take a break.
I am free to take a break.
Take a deep breath in. How did that feel?
Really good. Very nice. Thank you.
Of course, think about just stepping away from that list for a night. The list is always there,
Mm.
but what we were talking about the guilt before, what number
Mm.
would you give it now?
I'd say still a 6.
Still a 6. Hmm. What do you think is holding on to that list? Like, what do you think is happening that feels maybe difficult or stuck in that
It's
6?
I think it's the I am enough, not I am enough thing. So like, having a job or doing something useful or whatever it is that you do, that is what makes up your worth. Um,
Yes. Are there
that
moments that you don't believe that?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel very sad saying that out loud, but I'm really not sure.
Yes. How
I know it, but knowing it is different from feeling it.
Yes. What do you think would have to happen? How would you know if you were enough? Would it be a feeling? Would it be a way you speak to yourself? How would you know, oh,
I
I've
think a
made
feeling,
progress?
a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a feeling of safety, and that's also a big topic. I often don't feel safe.
Yes. What a great insight. What a
Yeah,
great insight. And
yeah.
this is what I love about doing this work is that we start somewhere and you never know where you're going to end. It starts with guilt and then you go, well, it's because I feel like I have to stay busy to be worthy. And then it goes
Mm-hmm.
to part of me doesn't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that is where I would put the focus on next. You've done
Okay. Yeah.
the tapping meditations on you are enough. which is
Mm-hmm.
keep doing that work. We've had so many years of programming saying that we're not enough. We've said it to us so many times that
Mm-hmm.
it's so powerful to have a practice. And I love that you did that challenge. But what you can really focus on is safety, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
know that's where it comes from. And I have a few recommendations. We have the I haven't brought this up yet in any of these videos, but we have the anxiety soother card deck. And
Yeah.
there's a card in particular that says, I give myself permission to rest and relax. And a lot of those anxiety soothers, it all goes down to safety.
Yeah.
And in that card deck, there's also another one, which is I have nothing to prove, just something to remember. I am enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's something that even if you want to just write that down and put it on your mirror, I have nothing to prove, just something to remember. I am enough, because that is a daily reminder. And let's do one more round of tapping. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where we're gonna go with this, but I'm just gonna trust. Let's feel safe. So tapping on the eyebrow point, even though part of me believes
Even though part of me believes
that I am not enough,
that I am not enough,
side of the eye, it's safe to relax
it's safe to relax
because I am not my thoughts
because I am not my thoughts
and I don't have to believe everything I think.
and I don't have to believe everything I think.
So I'm here to let my body know
So I'm here to let my body know
I am safe,
I am safe,
safe to relax,
safe to relax,
safe to move at my own pace,
safe to move at my own pace,
safe to slow down.
safe to slow down.
I am safe.
I am safe.
And even though I have these thoughts,
And even though I have these thoughts,
they're very familiar thoughts.
they're very familiar thoughts,
They're very comfortable thoughts.
they're very comfortable thoughts.
I am not these thoughts.
I am not these thoughts.
And whether I believe it or not,
And whether I believe it or not,
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am safe.
I am safe.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am safe.
I am safe.
Allowing my body to relax,
Allowing my body to relax.
to take this in at a deeper level.
Take this in at a deeper level.
Collarbone. And when I notice that familiar voice
And when I notice that familiar voice,
saying, You are not enough,
you are not enough,
I remember
I remember
that I am not that voice.
that I am not that voice.
I am not these thoughts.
I am not these thoughts.
I am safe.
I am safe.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And I can continue to relax into that.
And I can continue to relax into that.
All right, take a deep breath in and exhale. Great. How did that feel?
Really good. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of course. I will not be offended if we are still at a 6. I can't win them all. Are we still at a 6? Have we moved a little bit? Has it changed? How was that experience?
It was a very good experience, but if I'm being very honest, I'm just
Yes.
also a little bit nervous still.
Yeah,
So I
just
can't,
being, yes.
yeah, because I'm being live and with
Yeah.
so many people, and I can't really connect with that feeling. I'm feeling much better, but I'm tapping on
Yes.
everything now, I guess.
Yes, that makes sense. Well, this is what I
Yeah,
can tell you for sure is
yeah,
that you are not alone in your experience. That
yeah,
you being courageous enough to come on with me and share is gonna help so many other people feel less alone. And I am very grateful for you because
Thank you so
I've
much.
seen this so much. Let's pick a card and see what we get. Are you okay with that? Should we just see?
Yeah, yeah, I love
Okay,
it.
perfect. All right, let's pick a card. Let's see what we get. Ooh. I respect and prioritize my own desires.
Oh.
That's wild. This is
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
respect
very
and
wild.
prioritize my own desires. What an interesting thing to think about when you're looking at that to-do list. It's like, well,
Yes.
if I'm respecting and prioritizing my own desires, what are the things I want to do because they feel good? And what are the things I'm doing because I'm nervous and feel like I should?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's tap along. And for those who are watching, tap along with me. Even though I sometimes put myself last,
Even though I sometimes put myself last,
I choose to honor my own desires.
I choose to honor my own desires.
My desires are valid
My desires are valid
and deserve space in my life.
and deserve space in my life.
I'm ready to protect my time and energy.
I'm ready to protect my time and energy.
I prioritize my well-being.
I prioritize my well-being.
It's okay to say no to others
It's okay to say no to others
and yes to myself.
and yes to myself.
I am firm and graceful.
I am firm and graceful.
I respect and prioritize my own desires.
I respect and prioritize my own desires.
Take a nice deep breath. I feel like we're both smiling through that one because it
Yeah,
feels like crazy.
yeah.
It feels so crazy accurate.
Hilarious. Yeah, it's
It's
very accurate. Oh my
it's
God.
so accurate. I just feel like God, the universe speaks through us with this. So in the card deck, this isn't in, so the card deck you can find in the app. And I
Mhm.
feel really called to tell you to focus on the anxiety soother card
Yeah,
deck. Like if
yeah,
you just
I'll
don't
do
know what
that.
to tap on, just pick an anxiety soother and
Yeah.
start there. I would love to send you this deck, which you can
Yay.
also find in the app, but it also has this book where I went into the deeper meaning.
Oh, I love
And
that.
I want to read a bit about what this one says because I also feel like
Oh,
it's going to resonate with so many people
yes.
watching. So if you resonate with this, lean in close and listen to this. So the card is I respect and prioritize my own desires. We show others how to treat us through our actions. When we consistently put our own needs last, we teach the world that our desires don't matter, but they do matter. You matter. When you don't prioritize your own needs, you may find yourself living a life that looks nothing like the one you once imagined. Your life becomes a series of reactions to external demands rather than a journey guided by your own aspirations. Honoring your time and energy isn't selfish, it's essential. As you learn to cherish yourself, others will follow your lead. Saying yes to your own well being, even when it means saying no to others, is an act of self love. Many of us struggle with this, driven by a genuine desire to support those around us. But when we consistently ignore our own voice, we risk building unintentional resentment. Here's a simple yet powerful technique from author Richardson, who is a personal friend and amazing. If you don't know who she is, you guys Google Cheryl Richardson. So she wrote, when you find yourself automatically agreeing to something you're unsure about, try saying, I'll get back to you. This gives you the time and space to connect with your own authentic feelings and desires before responding. This card is a loving invitation to reflect on where your time and energy are currently flowing. Are they nourishing the things that truly light you up? If not, what's one small step you can take today to redirect some of that energy? Let your actions reflect the truth. Your needs and desires are valid and worth protecting. Wonderful. Thank
Wow.
you so much for tapping with us.
You
That
too.
was
Thank you so
truly
much.
wonderful. Thank you.
Can I ask you one practical short question then?
Please, yes.
It's about a language because my English is very good. And can I just tap along in English or should I translate what once I say things aloud?
That's a really great question. I don't have any data on one or the other. I will say that I remember getting an email from someone from Brazil. And she said, the tapping really helped me. I really love it. I feel better, but I wasn't having the breakthroughs I wanted. And she said she
Mm-hmm.
translated it into Portuguese. And
Mm-hmm.
and it was so much more powerful for her and she had her breakthrough. Is that the case across the board? I don't know. I couldn't say
Oh,
for
okay.
sure. But I
Yeah.
do think that a lot of the beliefs we have are from our childhood, and the
Yeah.
dominant language in our childhood does impact how we're able to connect to that feeling. So if you feel like something isn't quite landing as much as it should, then I would absolutely translate and say it in your native language, the most comfortable language.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank
You
you.
too.
Wonderful. Well, I know we have more live callers. I think I would love to keep doing this. Let's pick this up again next week. I hope that you can join me next week. If you have a question, no one sees you on camera, it's just your voice, and you are not alone. So when we're able to share our own experiences, it not only will you get a breakthrough, but you really inspire others. If you want to ask a question, the details are in the description. If you got any benefit from this, please comment. Like I said in the beginning when I was talking to Sarah, this is a new thing for me too. I'm trying to share and work with people on YouTube. So if you want me to keep doing this, like, subscribe, do all the things so I know that I'm not talking to like a void in the internet. I would love to connect with you. So thank you so much for being with me. And as I love to say, until next time, take care and keep tapping.